Hi, I'm Paul, and I am the infrastructure nerd, and today we are going to talk about the cloud. Everyone else is talking about the cloud, perhaps we should too. Everybody is talking about moving their practice management system to the cloud, or moving their billing and accounting software to the cloud, or moving their documents to the cloud. Problem is, not all that many people know what the cloud is or what it means. So we're going to try and clarify that, and I'm going to throw something out there that I think is the best way to move to the cloud. First off, people are going to things like Clio and Rocket Matters and NetDocuments and Dropbox as ways of getting their stuff out to the cloud. And what those services are what we call software as a service, meaning you have a distinct piece of software like Clio, Rocket Matters, those are two practice management systems that operate in the cloud and people log onto them through a web browser. In my mind, the problem with that approach is that the things that you're doing are, or should be, and probably are, connected. Your practice management is probably connected somehow to your Outlook or your Exchange, which is connected through to your phone. Your practice management is probably connected to your document management or your billing and accounting. Your billing and accounting are connected. When you write a check, it goes onto the client's bill. When you open a new matter, it ends up in practice management and in document management. When you change somebody's email address, it ends up going through Outlook or Exchange and ending up on your phone. These things are all connected. If you've got your Exchange hosted here and you're using Clio or Rocket Matters and you're using something else for billing and they're all software as a service, it's very likely they're not talking to each other. It's almost impossible for them to be talking together unless you're getting all these things from the same place. And that's what I'd like to throw out there as a different way to do things. We here as a company have been using a hosted desktop approach to being in the cloud for a couple of years. And in the last year, I'd say half dozen to a dozen of our clients have moved to this approach, with more and more of them looking at it every day. And what's different about our way of doing things is that ours is, if you want an acronym or a phrase, it's called infrastructure as a service as opposed to software as a service. And what that means is that your entire desktop, your entire infrastructure, your entire network, if you will, is hosted somewhere and you can access your desktop, you can log into your desktop from wherever you are. Now what that means then is that when I click on this icon right here to connect to ACS, Attorney Computer Systems, it goes out and logs me in. Now I've been set to authenticate through that icon. A more secure way to do it would be to have it require your password every time you sign in. But this is my desktop. This is my practice management system here. I've got my World Docs down here. I've got my Outlook. I've got, if I want to get into my billing and accounting software, it's here. And if I take any other PC-based program, Windows-based program, and put it into my desktop, it'll be here, and it'll be there no matter where I log in from. We're a pretty distributed organization, and I know a lot of law firms are getting to be this way too. Some are, some aren't. Leanne is sitting next to me right now, but when I'm not here in my office, which I'm frequently not, I'm usually out on the road, Leanne is working from her home, which is about 5 or 10 minutes away. Mary Jo, who is another consultant that works with me, lives actually 45, 50 minutes away in Swanton, Ohio. And she is yet connected to this same infrastructure that I'm connected to. If I were to send her an instant message right now, she would get it on her desktop immediately, as if we were connected to the same network. Beauty of this is, not only does it work in a distributed organization such as ours, but it works in a regular organization where occasionally people go out on the road. When I get to Indy tonight, I will open up my iPad actually instead of my computer, and I will use a remote desktop connection on the iPad to connect to this exact same desktop that we're looking at right here. So it's accessible from an iPad or an Android tablet. It can be accessed from an iPhone, but it doesn't make sense. It's too small, or an Android phone or any internet-connected phone. It can be accessed from a computer, desktop, or notebook, and It can be accessed no matter where you are, and it's the same desktop. So if I click here and pull down this desktop, I am now back on my local machine. But when I click here and go back to my what I call my hosted desktop, I have all the things that I work with. So it's really just another desktop that appears in your computer on your regular local desktop that takes you to the networked world where you're connected to the same data as the other people within your organization. That allows you to use the exact same software that you're using now without having to switch, without having to go out and find something different just because you want to be in the cloud, to have it hooked together exactly the way it is now, to have it functioning exactly the way it is now, but still be in a cloud environment. And I think that offers the best of both worlds. It offers stable, mature products and the ability to configure your desktop exactly the way you want with whatever Windows programs you may want, and yet the ability to connect to that desktop from a Starbucks, or to be fair, a Dunkin' Donuts, my personal favorite, or from a hotel room, or from your regular desktop, so that you're always operating in the same environment, using the same programs, accessing the same set of data. If you have more questions about that, I'd be happy to answer them. My name is Paul Purdue. I am the Infrastructure Nerd, and you can reach me at paul@paulpurdue.com. Remember, it's Purdue like the school, not the chicken. Purdue. Bye-bye.